Well, we are in the next game right now, and we have to the top left in the red. We currently have in the red our FXO player. It is GuMiho, and well, he is down a game. Reddy played really well on the last one. Well, maybe except for the late game. I really liked how he controlled the mid game and kind of worked for this huge lead that he had. Later on, he could have ended it a little bit sooner and made a few different decisions, but he didn't. He won the game nonetheless, and now he is starting to the top right in the blue, in the our Protoss.
In the mineral patches.
Yeah, in the mineral patches, kind of.
In the grassy fields over there.
I'm confusing myself. I'm actually past the point where you are confusing me. Now I'm confusing myself.
Wait, I'm confused. So you're confusing... I don't know what that means, but I think it means that we changed topics.
Kind of. I'm pulling a kid.
Yes. All right. We're going to see...
I really hope that all of our viewers actually know Knight Rider, because if any one of them doesn't know the series and has no idea what that is, they will be like, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah, well,
is he going crazy?
Now they're going to go...
Is he having a stroke?
They're going to go on YouTube and find out. This is a really late barracks, by the way. I was like, oh, he's Command Center first, but it was actually just a late barracks. How late? I don't know, because I was thinking about Knight Rider, but we'll find out what his plan is here very soon. It looks like it's just going to be a Winter Axe expand with a later barracks and a faster Command Center. Yep, that's exactly what you see. Now, at this point, Nuts is going to be feeling pretty good. Like, he dominated the early game, defended all of GuMiho's harass, came up from an upgrade deficit, and won enough battles defensively to take enough lead. Then what he did was he expanded everywhere. And then once he had a lot of money, he added some gateways, yeah, but mostly he had a ton of cannons, and there was no way for GuMiho to really attack him. And it seemed like he didn't really know how to kill GuMiho either, so that may be a weakness that GuMiho exploits this game. GuMiho has been known to stay in games and almost win them. We saw him do it just a few days ago at the FX Open match against TSL, and he did it just last game. He's stuck in the game, remaxed out, played very defensively. It was hard for the Protoss to kill him. And I guess you could call him, I mean, he already has a nickname as the Towel Terran, but I mean, he's a little bit turtly.
Every single time I heard the Towel Terran, I think about... That's a nickname you could kind of give Lino, because Lino is just such a teddy bear, and up to the point where you give him a keyboard and a mouse and he turns into this huge monster with those tentacles and he's everywhere. But if you just look at the pictures of our two players, GuMiho looks like he's going to lunge at Reddy any moment. He's like he's like so intense, leaning forward, and really he's about to jump into the monitor and take charge of the game himself. Whereas Reddy is... Well, you were talking about Hagrid a little bit earlier, but he looks a little bit like Harry Potter there. Just like really... Yeah. I mean, it's probably the glasses, but still, he's like really... He looks really vulnerable.
He does, man. He looks vulnerable. He looks like
really quiet.
He looks like he's about to put the sorting hat on for the first time. He's a little bit nervous. What if I get into Slytherin?
He could play My Little Pony at that point. Look at him. You have GuMiho to... What? You have GuMiho to the left. The guy is so charged up. He's like really aggressive. And then you have like completely laid back and relaxed. I'm ready. And
yeah. I mean, yeah, but... You said Little Pony, and I just...
Do you know how I look when I play StarCraft?
Yeah.
Man, you better get out of the way.
I've seen that, man.
When I lose, that rage is coming, and it's coming down hard. And then look at Reddy. He's like, yeah.
I see it. Yeah, I see him with that voice. He does look like Harry Potter a little bit. He looks like someone I used to run cross country with, actually, who was in fact Korean, and he and I used to run together, and he was pretty calm and collected, and his voice was like not as high pitched as what you just described, but it was a little bit higher. He was really friendly, and he looked like really timid as well. Like, they look similar. I wonder if my friend like got plastic surgery got younger and became a StarCraft pro gamer in Korea.
Do you know how that is when you actually play a game and your opponent's just dropping you everywhere and he's just so scary? And sometimes you would really wish that you were able to see how he looks in real life, because then you would probably lose all respect for him and you would be like, okay, I can take him down. This is a little bit with Reddy. The way he played in the mid game was really kind of terrifying. He exploited every advantage that he had. But if you look at him, I don't know.
No, I see exactly what you're
GuMiho
saying.
could take one swing at the guy and he would be out.
Yeah, you're right,
for
man.
good.
I feel like if GuMiho just wanted to at any moment in time, he could grab the camera and crush the lens, and that would be it. We would just see like static on that part of the camera. He could just do that if he wanted to. He's like, I don't really.
Be the best meme ever.
He may. I don't know.
He would surpass Keen.
Maybe so. Yeah, quite potentially.
But while we are going off about
the
pictures, they finally start to lunge into action as we have the Terran player poking up the ramp and dropping at the same time.
And he's dropping Hellions, man. This is a pretty unique build, in fact. And these probes.
Oh! Woo! Look at you, aren't you sexy?
Yeah, it's.
Uh-oh, but that was not sexy at all at the low ground. That's a huge problem. He might just have lost the game.
He may have, man. The probes are in retreat. All these Marines and low hit points, but their damage output is not changed.
Oh,
the one Hellion! The one Hellion! Oh! Why is he stacking his probes like this? Why? Why is he doing it? And he didn't lose any of them, but I mean, he should have.
Wow.
16 workers.
16 killed in total, and this was really, really devastating. I mean, that was so well done.
Meanwhile, these Hellions are lurking around a little bit. This Observer has kind of spotted the fact that he's going to continue to power up barracks here.
And this is exactly, well, this is what he talked about earlier. Reddy might look innocent in the picture in his booth, but this guy, that was... those force fields were really, really well done, and if not for the small misstep at the bottom, he would have shut down the entire aggression by GuMiho in just an instant. As it is, suddenly he fell really back with all these units that were killed, but just look at how many probes he still has. He's on 42 to 44.
Yeah, he's been using all of his kernels on probes, and
he's behind, but still.
What's really nice about his build, though, is when he scouted the Observer, he immediately made the robotic support bay because he saw that many barracks, and he was like, oh, a lot of barracks, late medevacs, late starport tech, and he's going Colossi right away. He's going to have a pretty strong timing to attack the third base of GuMiho, which he just saw with his Observer. He's actually doing such a good job of scouting. Even making a photon cannon at the top of his ramp because he knows that more aggression will likely come with this many barracks. There's no other explanation. The first armor upgrade is on the way for a Terran. He's already got +1 though, and Reddy is getting his first upgrade. So right now he's 0-0. He's getting his first +1 attack upgrade.
And at this point, the huge problem for Reddy is that GuMiho is taking complete control of the map. He's taking his third right now, and he has kind of units everywhere. He's still poking a little bit. There's always this problem that you might run into drops. The Observer is nice for Reddy, but at this point GuMiho is looking so strong. If he gives his opponent too much time, then I feel like Reddy could get back into this game, but right now the advantage is definitely in GuMiho's favor. If he pulls off another drop like this, even if he just secures his 3 bases and scouts his opponent to get ready for whatever the Protoss player is going to do here, then he will be fine. But the minimap already tells the tale. He's streaming across the map with the units, he's securing the third behind it, and he will attack. While there's only 1 Colossus, there are 16 Marauders, 16 Marines, a huge bio army, and this is not gonna go down well for Reddy. He has to have some great force fields in order to pull this
just look at the supply, 132 to 90. The army supply is 79 to 43.
He's doubling it.
He doubles it indeed, man. This is going to be tough. He's also going to be facing 1-1 upgrades when he only has 1. Oh, he's going to lose a full energy sentry. He drops the forces at the last second. That sentry, like, his dying breath, like, he actually bought so much time. That Observer's dead, and, well, I don't know if drop could be any more dooming than this Doom drop.
And there is no Observer.
There's no Observer.
There's nothing, but...
He heard the sound, man. He's moving his Stalkers over, but are those enough Stalkers? I don't know. He's going to commit.
Yeah, he's gonna commit. He loses the first medivac though, he loses the second. But there are so many units. GuMiho just does not care at this point. At the low ground, we already have a few units running up the ramp targeting.
This is actually so good for Reddy though. I mean, he's actually at the natural. He's not targeting
does
probes.
not attack. He does not go into the mineral line.
He didn't do anything with his units in the main base. It's actually the best thing that he could have ever had happen to him.
But it's too late already. Finally, he moves into the mineral line and tries to take down these probes. But at the same time, Reddy was already aware of what was happening and sent a few of his units down there. So this was a really good situation for Reddy. GuMiho, a little
He
bit
went from double supply to even supply.
He went from hero to zero here.
He really did. That actually could not have done less, to be perfectly honest.
I mean, it looked really promising. Attacking into the main base was good. He had the numbers. He could pull it off, even with losing those 2 medivacs. As he ran into the natural with the rest of his army, I really thought that the entire economy would just now collapse. But then he started attacking a pylon. After the pylon, he attacked an assimilator.
Yep.
Instead, just running into the mineral line and take down every single probe at the natural. That would have been the final nail in the coffin for Reddy.
This is where the Stalker gets its name from. Look at that Marine. He's like he's so on top of things. Look how confident that Marine is.
Look how scared that Stalker is.
Yeah, that Stalker is so scared, man. Look how fast he's running. He's like, wait a minute. He's like, I just got my blink research. I'm cool now. I can take you out. Right now, GuMiho really staying Marauder heavy. Keeping his Marauder count even with his Marine count, 21 and 23 now.
There are only 3 sentries at this point. And this third should never be able to survive.
Yeah, look at the supplies again. Just he's had that third base up for so much longer. He just can remax so much faster. He's got +3 on the way right now. He's 2-2 to 1-1. Empty medevac.
Does he know about the third? He doesn't know about. Yeah, he does.
He does. He's flew over it with his empty medevacs from before.
Yeah.
But he's like, can I fight this army? I'm not sure. GuMiho has a tendency to not have Vikings to fight Colossi.
Oh, nice. If he snipes the Forge, that will be huge. And he pulls it off. Takes down the Forge.
Oh my God.
So important here. His 3-3 is currently being researched at the same time. The Protoss is on 1-1. This is great for GuMiho here. Yep. This is awesome for him.
He's got the Vikings now. He can actually attack this base.
Oh,
safely.
and look the position. He's actually positioned between the natural and the third, and he can take advantage of it. This is brilliant. This is brilliant move by GuMiho. He's in the best position ever. He has a beautiful concave.
Oh man, this is so sick. Good force fields, and the Colossi doing a great amount of DPS here. But
still, this does not really matter anymore. With the economy that he has and the units that he's killed, he takes down another Colossus. And even if this army is now being taken down, right now we have 34 Harvesters against 53, 3 bases for GuMiho with the Mules as well. He has +3/+3 halfway done. He's ahead in upgrades, economy, and in army size.
Yo, the medevacs float home, and he's going to get ready for Wave 2. He has killed all of the Colossi, which means that they're no longer a threat for him. He's got Storm on the way, but it's not done yet. More infrastructure coming for GuMiho with 3 additional barracks. I'm a little bit surprised we have no 4th base for him. He didn't even make the command center yet, in fact. Forge just now being remade for Reddy.
Storm is the one thing that might be able to change things here, but only if he gets the perfect Storms, and I am not sure if Storm will actually finish.
Well, you know, that was a really bad movie anyways. That could never happen in real life.
It was like, what did he just talk about? And I'm like, oh my God. Now I get it.
Well, we'll see. Observer positioning here really nice again. Spotting the move out.
What does he have to the right? There's
just 2 units.
1 Marine and 1 Marauder.
He's trying to force Reddy to be out of position so he can go into natural again.
+3 is now done, and he's fighting 1-1 upgrades. The Storm, he's baiting a few Storms, and now he moves in, even with the Storm that we have. This is not... No.
Well, I would say this is the perfect storm of bad, where GuMiho just comes in from all sides. He's like coming in like 3 different hurricane
GuMiho
systems.
is actually nice enough to stay in the storm. He kind of runs out of the storm, runs back in order to take the maximum damage, but at the same time it does not matter. He really doesn't anymore. He has a small job at the natural. At the same time, he has all these units taking charge of the third, taking down Archon, Stalkers, and of course the expansion itself. Ready, types GG, and GuMiho forces the third game.
He will force it indeed. And I have to say, I feel in this best of 3, GuMiho looks by far the better player. His strategies have been unique. I really liked the two-pronged attack with the Hellions to start things off. Then he had a second two-pronged attack, which, like you said, was botched. He attacked a pylon, he killed a similar. But imagine if he had gone for probes.
Yeah,
how much damage he would have done.
Even if he loses the units in the main base, it doesn't really matter. When he shuts down the entire mining at the natural, then he made it work. He will be so far ahead. He was ahead as it was, but still, that was definitely a problem for him. This one engagement could have cost him the game.
You're right. And GuMiho says he has to go to the bathroom for just a second. But I think the last map Ohana is going to be one where it's going to be about holding GuMiho's pressure again. And if he doesn't do it correctly, then he's not going to be able to transition. He seems to have a good amount. Like, for example, his defense and all of these games against the drops are decent. But then he messes one or another thing up with an engagement. His engagements seem to be poor.
The timing at the ramp with the force fields that he set up was just like half a second. Yeah. Half a second too slow. The force fields a little bit earlier, and then everything as well. Those force fields that he used in the main base against the Hellions, they were beautiful.
Those are some I would write home about for sure.
I was about to scream on the top of my lungs that I saw like 30 probes explode in unison, and then suddenly there's this one force field. I'm like, oh, okay. He's fine, and then the rest of them traps the Hellion. And then we get the shot of the natural where we suddenly see just all these units walking up the ramp and like, oh my god, he had the force fields early on. Like, perfect, and now he makes this one mistake, and that is it.
Well, our countdown is started. GuMiho went to the bathroom really fast, and we're back here. Map is Ohana, as I said. I feel like GuMiho might do a completely different strategy here. He might go for factory-based build, but either way,